This episode was previously recorded in front of an imaginary studio audience.
Time for Fun Knife Friday!
Hi, all you knife chatters out there. Your old pal Skip the Show coming back at you again for the kickoff of Fun Knife Friday TNA edition. TNA for tomahawks and axes, and well, I figured this is going to be like a series, but it ain't going to be every week. We're not going to be showing tomahawks and axes every Friday because this is Fun Knife Friday. So we'll also have Fun Knife Fridays, and also I don't think we're just going to be doing tomahawks and axes. I think I'm going to use other chopping things too, so you might see like an entrenching tool or something like that, or a pickaxe or something like that. Also added into the tomahawks and axes. Machetes, oh yeah, man, I gotta throw in the machete. So things you chop with, that'll be our TNA series. Gonna call it tomahawks and axes, but there'll be other things in there too. And I figured, what better way to start off the new series on TNA than with, you guessed it, a tracker. Well, a tracker style knife. This ain't a Tom Brown tracker, but it's kind of based on the Tom Brown tracker. This is the RR 1093 Saigon Sidekick. This came out about 10 or so years ago. I think it was designed by Brian Wilhoit, but the sheath is all Tobias. He made it himself. He said, Saigon Sidekick, that's Vietnam. We need some tiger stripe. So he made his own sheath out of tiger stripe material, a hardened case to slide inside the tiger stripe, an old web belt covered with tiger stripe, and then a belt hook there so you can hook it onto a web belt. Then he put some straps on the back here so that you can carry it in multiple ways. As long as I'm talking about the sheath, let's just talk about that and get the sidekick itself out of there for a second. But we'll show that real quick because, hey, that's what we're here for, right? The Saigon Sidekick, a tracker style knife. But you see here, the sheath has this part up here, but it can be detached. If you're wearing it like that, you can slip it into a belt hole, and that's big enough for a web belt, or you can hang it from a web belt, whichever way you want to do it. Hang it from your regular fatigue belt. Got two straps up here, one of them for the top of the handle, one for the bottom of the handle. But if you take this and unhook it, slide it out here from this strap, you see it's got these hooks here to hold this on place, but you can unhook it from there. Now you just have the bottom half of the sheath. Still got one holder there to hold in the Saigon Sidekick, and then you can slip this onto your web belt and wear it, what do they call it, scout carry, so it'd be strapped on like that, on your web belt. Can't go any lower because, well, never mind, we won't talk about why I can't go any lower with the camera. But in any case, you could also slide a belt in this way, or you could slide it on that way on a belt and not have the big strap hanging off there. But you can still put the tracker or the sidekick in there, and you can still secure it so it won't fall out. So that's kind of cool. Just have that part there. Hard case, but it's covered with cloth, so it's nice and quiet. Now let's move on to the Saigon Sidekick itself. This thing is a brute of a knife. Comes in right at 12 inches, a little over 12 inches long. Got a handle that's like right under 6 inches. See, it's stacked leather, because, Vietnam, that's the kind of stuff there was. So it's like the K-bars and the M3 trench knives with the stacked leather. You see the grooves cut in there. Inside the grooves, it's black, the brown stacked leather. You got a nice stainless steel guard there. Really cool shape in the guard. You got the pommel down here, and you got this loop here with some paracord on it. Pretty good handle. You can actually get 2 hands on there if you notice there. 2 hands. Chop, chop, chop. Every part of the blade is sharp. You got this edge up here. That is sharp. You got the saw teeth up there. And that's one heck of an aggressive saw. It will cut into wood like nobody's business. And then you got that big old wide belly down there for chopping and cutting. And you can pierce with it. It does have a point, but yeah, this is not a stabby pokey. This is a choppy, little choppy, you know. And that's why it's here for TNA, tomahawks and axes, because you could use this as an axe this way, but this is the side that I use for cutting with, for cutting in the wood and stuff. Not as sharp, but it's got a nice edge so you can actually split wood with it and stuff. So like if you're needing some tinder for a grill or something, you're going to do some barbecuing, you can use this edge here for chopping through that wood. You can also sharpen it too, but see that nice curve in that blade there. Got the reverse curve there for chopping. And then you got that big old wide belly for definitely chopping. You can also rock it, so it's really good for preparing food or preparing your enemy to be eaten. Yeah. So there you go. Saigon Sidekick, the RR1093. I don't know if they make this anymore. They should. It's just a cool looking knife, really cool. And it's a really cool chopper. Yeah, and everybody loves a tracker. Well, not everybody loves a tracker, especially when it costs like $200. But this wasn't no $200. This was like $20. Probably about 25 if they ever make it today. But see that? Is that not beautiful? Yeah. The Saigon Sidekick. Is that the side with the... Yeah. Wonder if you can see that helicopter there. Yeah, there's a little helicopter design on there. Yeah. But there you have it. Saigon Sidekick. And you know what? It has a partner. Show you that one next time. There you have it, Knife Chatter. Another Fun Knife Friday in the books. Remember, if your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Skip out.
If your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong, and skip out are registered trademarks of Skip DeSheau's Enterprises. This has been a Cat Production presentation. All rights reserved.